What? I swear I bought it like a minute ago. Well, you think that this video will be just one sentence long. Prague weather is the best in summer and everything is gonna be fine. I wish it was that simple. So in this video, we're gonna give you tips for your summer vacation in Prague, talk about the weather, and hopefully this video will save you from a disaster. Let's go. Oh, there you are. Let's talk about temperatures in June. The highest temperature in June is around 25 degrees Celsius. The average one is 20 degrees Celsius, but it can be quite chilly at night. So what does it mean practically? When you're leaving your hotel or your apartment in the morning, you will still need some kind of jacket or a shirt, but then during the day is usually quite warm, so you will need to take it off. Also, if you get cold feet, don't pack any sandals for June if you see that the weather forecast says that it's not gonna climb over 20 degrees Celsius. So your perfect outfit will be some kind of light jacket or a shirt, a t-shirt, jeans or shorts, whatever it's like outside, and comfortable shoes. All right, let's move to July temperatures. Well, now, the average temperature in July is 23 degrees Celsius, but anyone who has spent the summer here knows that July is the month of heat waves. Last year we got over 35 degrees Celsius and opening a window felt like opening an oven with a gust of wind drying up your eyeballs. So, regarding my outfit recommendations, I struggle a bit because obviously it's very easy to recommend something when it's cold, just put more things on, but it's not easy to recommend something when it's super hot outside. What? You can't take your skin off, right? Even though some people try to wear bathing suits outside when it's so warm in Prague. Yeah, talking about nudity. Really warm temperatures usually last till the second half of August, and then it starts slowly climbing down, and by the beginning of September we are already in our 20 degrees Celsius during the day. If you are visiting in the first half of the month, wear something similar to your July outfit, and if you are visiting in the second half of the month, wear something similar to your June outfit. Now, to the actual important part of the video where we give you tips on how to survive your summer holiday in Prague and prepare you for some hurdles. Oh. Wait, we forgot one very important part about Prague summer, the ice cream. The place that we showed in the beginning of the video is called Gelato. Another chain of gelato places that we really like is this one. It's called Crème de la Crème. We are not promoted by any of those places, by the way, and I actually prefer the store ice cream to gelato. I know, it's very sinful of me, I'm not a foodie. And I also like this soft ice cream from the machines that you can find at Ovocný Svetozor. And now, back to our important tips for summer vacation in Prague. Our first tip is come prepared. Prague is visited by around 9 million people annually, and half of those people, 4 to 5 million, visit during those 3 very short summer months. So when half of the world is coming to Prague, locals are actually leaving Prague because of how hot it is. Nevertheless, the city is very busy during that time. So our tip for you guys is to make reservations for things that need to have reservations, like for certain restaurants, especially if it's some popular restaurants in the city center. Some of them get booked out months ahead, but usually if you make a reservation a week or 2 ahead of time, that's okay. Tip number 2, be ready for a storm. And no, it's not a metaphor. You see, in our previous videos about seasonal weather, we always warn you about the rain and you should always bring an umbrella with you and blah blah blah. Well, in summer, even though we still get rain, the umbrella won't save you because some of these summer storms are very quick and violent. They almost feel cataclysmic at times. So yeah, no umbrella or a jacket will save you from this very sudden and violent thunderstorm. This is when you should just run and abandon all of your hope and go for the shelter. We had to leave our previous place because they started playing one very famous song very loudly, and we don't have any way of removing that copyright claim if we receive it. So we are here. Just to finish it off with our second tip, you guys, there are apps that actually help you to track the movement of rain clouds. The one that we use very often is called Meteoradar. and this is how we usually find out if we are going to be hit by a storm. That usually buys you around 5 to 10 minutes to run and look for the place to hide. Let's go to our tip number 3, and it is stay breezy. Despite the fact that heat waves are pretty much a staple of Prague summer, air conditioning is still a novelty. Not every museum, cafe, restaurant, or even a tram is air conditioned. But for you guys, the most important thing to make sure that has air cons is your hotel or your apartment. One of our tourists from the past who was staying in Prague for 4 days even had to get an actual fan and pay for it, only to use it for about 3 nights because it was so unbearable. Our tip number 4 is test the waters. Naturally, when it gets hot, tourists start asking us where they should go for a swim. In the guiding school, they even told us that one lady showed up in a bathing suit to the information center and asked the directions to the nearest beach. The closest one is in Croatia, ma'am. I'm afraid Czech Republic is a landlocked country, so there's no sea, but there are plenty of rivers and lakes where you can go to take a swim there. If you can get a car, you can drive to Slapy. That's a very nice place for a swim. If you have to stay in Prague, you can check out one of these outdoor swimming pools. They're a little bit outside of the city center and they can be packed, but when it's plus 40 degrees Celsius outside, which is basically hell temperature, what other options do you have than to take a dip? So guys, I actually lied. There is a beach in Prague. Here we are. Doesn't look like a beach because there's no sand, but it is a place where you can go and swim. It's called Žluté Lázně. It's located very close to Vyšehrad, and it looks like a nice place for relaxing. They have beach volleyball over there. They have table tennis. You can get a gelato, you can get a hot dog. There are changing rooms there. It is not for free. Now it is, because you cannot sunbathe. Of course, you can go swimming. And in case you're wondering where exactly you're going to be swimming, you will be swimming in Vltava River. And when we were dipping the camera there, you probably saw the state of the water. Of course, the website of Žluté Lázně claims that the water is absolutely safe. While it can pass some tests, it's generally not recommended to swim near city agglomerations because there are wastewaters, there are all sorts of pollutions. I am very squeamish. I did already spot a dead mouse and somebody's puke in the grass, but if you are not discouraged by the corpses of animals and maybe crowds of people, if it's hot, I'm sure it's pretty busy here, and if you don't mind dipping your toes in the same water that nutrias and swans swim regularly, I guess you're welcome to come. Maybe, who knows, maybe I'll be also coming now here in summer just to relax. I mean, seems pretty idyllic. Of course, in general, summer is the best time to visit Prague because the day is very long. It's almost like 15 hours of sunlight, so you have a lot of time to explore, and lots of things are closed during the winter time, for example, some castles, but they open for summer, and that's really the only time when you can visit those. Yes, we did mention that not a lot of locals choose to stay in the city, but I think it's similar to other countries. But there are certain advantages to visiting Prague in summer, because again, you can do a lot of fun activities. For example, you can go kayaking, you can take paddle boats, go to outside concerts and parties, you can go to beer gardens. So I hope you liked our suggestions for your summer vacation in Prague and took into account some of the hurdles that you might need to overcome if you visit here in summer. And we will see you in our next video. Bye! Now I'm hungry. Need to order something.